What's up, guys? I'm LQ. This is the LQ review, and the tribes for Survivor Season 40, the all winners season, has been announced. So right now they're just calling them the Blue Tribe and the Red Tribe. And the name has been announced too. I'll get to that in a second. But let's talk about the tribes first. So let's talk about the Blue Tribe. The Blue Tribe is going to consist of Amber Mariano, Kim Spradlin, Sandra Diaz-Twine, Sarah Lichiana, I think that's how you say her last name, Sophie Clark, Nick Wilson, Tony Vlachos, Tyson Apostle, Wendell Holland, and Yul Kwan. So obviously a couple stand out here. Number one, Rob is not on Amber's tribe. I didn't think they'd put them on the same tribe. That's going to be an interesting dynamic, having them working against each other. And will they be early targets simply because they have a spouse on the other tribe? My guess is yes. You know, you can't trust them at a merge. You cannot trust them at a merge if you know that there's a good chance, it's a probability that they're going to jump. So I think that both of them are going to be early targets because of this. Sandra Diaz-Twine and Tyson are paired up again. That's interesting. Remember, Tyson and Sandra were aligned in Heroes versus Villains until Tyson made the bonehead move and got himself voted out. So I think that's interesting. And Sandra and Tony were on the same tribe in Game Changers. Now, Tony was out of the game really early in Game Changers. I kind of think he's going to stick around a little bit longer this time. And then obviously Yul. Yul is one of my favorites to win. I think that Yul is just such a smart, strategic player. And he's a physical player. I mean, Yul has all the tools that it takes to win Survivor. So I think that Yul is definitely going to be a strong force on this tribe. That being said, I think this is the weaker of the two tribes, which is funny because I think that they have more big names on their tribes. You know, they have Amber, they have Kim Spradlin, Sandra. I would think Sophie is kind of a big name, even though she's not as popular. I think a lot of people know who Sophie is. Tony, Tyson, Yul. Even Wendel was a pretty popular player. So I think they have more big names on their tribe, but I think they're the weaker of the two tribes, especially in terms of physical challenges. So let's talk about Tribe 2, the Red Tribe. Tribe 2, you have Adam Klein, Ben Drybergen, Ethan Zahn, Jeremy Collins, Rob Mariano, Danny Boatwright, Denise Stapley, Michelle Fitzgerald, Natalie Anderson, and Parvati Shallow. Again, we already talked about the fact that Rob and Amber are on different tribes. I think that Rob is going to bring an early leadership to this team. You know, he's very good at challenges, very good at puzzles, and I think that there's a good chance they're going to actually keep Rob around long enough to get close to the merge. I do think they're going to dump him before the merge, though, especially if Amber's still in the game. If Amber gets voted out early, I think there's a good chance that Rob sticks around. But if Amber sticks around, I think that Rob will be gone before the merge. Jeremy is obviously a very strong player, and he's going to be a major factor in this game, I believe. We know that Rob and Parvati were on Heroes versus Villains together in the same tribe, and they were on opposing teams, or opposing alliances. They were on the same tribe, but opposing alliances. We know that Parvati worked with Russell and Rob was against Russell. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Will Rob and Parvati not trust each other? Will they turn on each other real quick? Or will they get over their Heroes versus Villains differences and decide to work together here? I don't know. I really have no idea how that's going to play out. Somebody I think a lot of people are going to be cheering for is Ethan Zahn. You know, Ethan is a survivor in real life. You know, he's overcome cancer. He's overcome a lot in his life. And we haven't seen him play since All-Stars. He was the last winner standing in All-Stars. I think that Ethan is such a personality, such a personality that people get along with. I could see him integrating himself into the tribe and making it far into the game. That being said, we don't know what kind of physical shape he's in. Will he be able to be an asset in challenges? It's hard to say at this point, but I think Ethan is somebody a lot of people are going to be cheering for. You know, Natalie Anderson was a very good player when she won, but Parvati, I believe, is one of those players that if you don't get her out early, she's going to cement herself and she's going to make it far. And so Parvati, Rob, and I would say Ethan are the ones that I'm going to be really watching in this tribe to see, can they make it to the merge, because I think they're going to be the ones with the biggest target. Maybe not Ethan as much, but definitely Rob and Parvati. Let's not forget Denise Stapley here. She won her previous season based on the fact that she was so personable. She was a great listener. If I remember right, she's a therapist. So she's a great listener. So will people not trust her this time around? Because the idea of not wanting to let her kind of cement herself into a tribe, knowing that if she does gain traction, she should be able to make it all the way, and she's extremely likable. So I'd say that every one of these people would be a huge target. Maybe not Adam Klein, maybe not Ben, and I don't think that either one of those are early targets, because I think they're going to be valuable in challenges. But I don't think that either one of them are going to have a huge target on their back simply because they're just not. They don't have the same marquee name factor as a lot of these other contestants do. But I do believe that the red tribe is going to have a major physical advantage over the blue tribe. I just think you look at Rob, you look at Ethan, you look at Jeremy. Denise was a challenge beast. Talk about Parvati. I think that there's more challenge beast on the red tribe than the blue tribe. But the blue tribe also has very strategic players. You talk about Kim. I've said this before. I'm anxious to see how Kim does against real players, because in one world she was playing against a bunch of goats. She was a fantastic player. I think she's in the argument. You can say she's one of the best players of all time. But can we really say that? Because she played against a bunch of goats. Will Kim be as strong of a player playing against legitimate players? I think this is a true test for Kim on whether or not she's worthy of going down as one of the greatest players in Survivor history. But we talk about strategic players. We look at Sandra. We look at Sophie. For all the flack that Tony gets, Tony played a very strategic game. He was entertaining. He was a bonehead in a lot of ways, but he played a very strategic game. Wendel, Yule. So there's a lot of strategy on blue. There's a lot of physicality on red. That's kind of just my early take on it. In some cases, some of these players haven't played in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, in some cases, a decade. So do the traits that they brought to their previous game, do those traits translate over into this game? It's hard to say. All these characters, all these contestants have gone through changes in their lives. They've gotten older. Some of them have, like Ethan, he's overcome cancer. Some of them have gained weight, gotten a little bit out of shape. It's just hard to say whether or not they're going to exhibit the same traits this time around that they did the first time around. But on paper, judging them from their previous performances, I would say red has the physical advantage, blue has the strategic advantage. Another thing looking at red, will Rob come in and try to be the Rob father like he was in 22 in Redemption Island? I don't think that this tribe will follow Philip's Rob rules, or whatever he called them. This is a tribe of independent players that are going to play their own way. They're not going to be soldiers that are going to fall in line and march to Rob's orders. So that's going to be another storyline to watch, I believe. Overall, I'm into these tribes. I'm into the way they're broken up. I think it's fascinating to have a husband and wife on two different tribes in something that's not blood versus water. But let's talk about the title. The title is called Winners at War. So Survivor, Winners at War. I love the title. It's catchy, it's succinct, it tells you exactly what it's going to be. And I think that Survivor 40 is going to be a huge season for Survivor. I think it's going to be massively entertaining. And this is something we've been wanting a long time. As a Survivor fan, I've been wanting an all-winner season for a long time, and now we're going to get it. So somebody will win the game, will join Sandra as a repeat winner. Probably. Will Sandra win the third time? Probably not. Probably not. I'm guessing that she's going to be an early boot. I really am. I'm guessing she's going to be an early boot because nobody in this group is going to want to see her win 3 times. My guess is she'll be an early boot. But that being said, the chances are we're going to see somebody else join Sandra as a multiple winner. I think that's fascinating. So I'm down with these tribes. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait for Survivor Season 40. But first we have Survivor 39 to get through, which is going to be its own different thing. You know, Survivor Island of the Idols with Rob and Sandra not playing but coaching. I think that's going to be fascinating as well. But we're talking about 40 right now. Winners at War. I'm down with it. What do you guys think of these tribes? What do you think of how they're broken up? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you agree with me that you think the blue tribe is going to be more strategic, the red tribe is going to be more physical? Let me know whether you agree with me. Let me know whether you disagree with me. I'm curious to hear different scenarios and different ideas on how you think this is going to play out. But I'm LQ. This is the LQ Review. Thank you so much for being here, where we talk about all of the geeky and nerdy stuff that we love to talk about. Please subscribe to my channel. I talk about Survivor a lot. It's my all-time favorite show. I can't wait for 39 to start so I can start doing weekly TV reviews on Survivor. So please subscribe to my channel. And again, thank you for being here. And until next time, we'll see you later.